Hello, class. For this discussion post, I'm going to talk about my research project. And my research project is going to go into a little bit of the civil rights movement, but mainly focusing on two leaders. So, my thesis for this project, or what I want to get more information about, was how Christianity united a divided nation during the civil rights movement. And within my research project, I'm looking at the philosophy of the leaders, um, their strategies for achieving the end goal, as well as what their voices were like and how it reflected in the church that they were in charge of. I chose this topic because in my previous classes for my major, I'm a history major. In my previous classes, it was often discussed how Christianity was taught to slaves, and that also was what convicted some people to realize slavery, is inhumane and wrong. But I hardly ever hear that subject like revisited. So I kind of want to follow up on that narrative in the next chapters of American history and see, did Christianity help, especially during Jim Crow and all that. So within my research project, I focus on the Montgomery Bus Boycott, and the two leaders I chose were Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Reverend Billy Graham. So while I was doing my research in the beginning, the Montgomery Bus Boycott I found out was the actual event that really put a spotlight on Dr. King. Prior to that, he was active in his community, but he wasn't like a national figure. That protest was or demonstration was originally put together by local leaders in the community, but they needed someone who could articulate and speak to media about the cause, and that's how he came about. One of the individuals who helped organize that demonstration was his closest friend, and then of course he got mentioned, and that's how he became a part of that. And that same demonstration is how Billy Graham and Martin Luther King met. That was their first time meeting, which I thought was really like cool because how would these two people in two different parts of the world come together? So these two leaders together kind kind of spearheaded the integration of congregations. So they had some similarities and differences. Both believed in nonviolent protests, but Billy Graham told Dr. King in one of their conversations he did not support in breaking laws, and his standpoint was that um, people within the church, leaders in the church, should stay out of politics, and that he was getting too involved in the politic part of the segregation integration process. So he said, I support integration. So he during his revivals he would have integrated congregation and audiences, but he did not support breaking laws such as doing the sit-in protests where black people would go into the areas where it says white only. He said he didn't participate or support that. And even within their differences in their their courses of action, their relationship helped bridge together because during one of Billy Graham's revival crusades, he had Dr. Martin Luther King give the invocation before he spoke. So this project overall, I'm happy, and I feel like I had some of my questions answered about what happened after like slavery ended, like where did Christianity stand within the two. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.